Hey, what's up guys, Aaron here. So I'm going to give you the latest Celsius updates to keep you guys up to speed. First, taking a look at the new plan supplement. I will make a separate video about this because it is 170 pages, but it talks about the different types of stock that we will be getting, all about the corporate structure, and it also goes over the board of directors, which I'll touch on a little bit. There have been some people on Twitter not super pumped about this decision, and I'll let you guys know kind of the consensus, what's going on there. Next, really quick, talking about some increased limits for PayPal, which will apply probably only to Simon Dixon because you really have to have a lot of money for that to really matter. Going over some slides, talking about how we're going to get distributions. Not much has changed. Some mining updates here and there. There's been a lot of talk about CEL Token. This is a slide showing how many accounts actually have X amount of CEL Token. Someone on Twitter said, let's get this done, meaning this is how much money that the legal professionals have charged Celsius's estate, $186 million. And there is an update about loans. So if you have a loan, you can obviously get back what you get from Celsius. And then we have a couple companies, Figure, Salt, Lending, and Ledden, allowing you to basically take out another loan. So I'll include the link to this below, to this tweet from Tony, if you want to check this out, if you do have a loan. This does not affect how much you're getting back from Celsius. It really is just what you do after that if you want to take out another loan. They touch on people that have an Apple ID and issues logging in there. Next, a lot of documents on CEL Token and about the settlement for 25 cents. So this one's 24 pages. This one's 47 pages, talking about different reasons why they want people to take that settlement and basically giving the judge all the information that he needs in order to probably just make a decision on his end. Chris Ferraro also talks about CEL Token here. 147 pages. So I'm not going to go through all of this. If CEL Token applies to you, you're probably in the Telegram group for CEL Token, and you're probably already in talks with those people. Next, talking about how we're going to get our stock into our brokerage accounts from Crypto YOLO. And Celsius actually made their own video about how to vote as well, so I'll include that below. And then finally, I took the slides from Simon Dixon's last video he did on Friday. I'm just going to go through those slides, kind of let you know what I think about what he's talking about regarding taxes and honestly how incredibly complicated this all is. I'll include the link to Simon's video below if you just want to check it out in totality. So let me talk about the board of directors really quickly. Some people on Twitter are annoyed that there are no creditors other than Scott Duffy and also Thomas, who are in the UCC. There are no creditors like Simon Dixon or other people, normal creditors that are in the board of directors. So that is sort of the upset right now on Twitter, which I will cover in more detail later. So if you are a whale and you have a lot of money in Celsius, you can take out $500,000 per week. So there is a new update with PayPal for that. So again, that'll only really apply to like maybe one or two of you guys. Next, a couple slides from the latest hearing. So these have not really changed. If you're in the US, you will be getting your crypto from PayPal. Non-US, you will be getting your crypto from another partner or also directly from Celsius. If you have a custody or withhold account, it'll be Celsius or PayPal, and corporate will be Celsius or another account as well. There are some new numbers with mining, as you can see right here, and we have some new trends as well as some cash flow and liquidity. Next, taking a look at how many people actually hold CEL Token. Not many, and it shows the breakdown of how many CEL Token they have and how many accounts have that amount of CEL Token. That really goes into these different articles, really giving the judge a lot of information to make a decision on this when it comes to the confirmation hearing. So I'm not going to go into all this. There's about a couple hundred pages talking about CEL Token and why the settlement is the way it is and why certain people agree with the CEL Token settlement. This is how much money that all the different bankruptcy cases have so far spent, and we again need to get out of Chapter 11. We've known this for a very, very long time. Next, I'll include this link from Tony talking to borrowers. So this is again people that had a loan. These are different companies that you can basically get a new loan if you wanted to. So I'm not going to go into this. This is very kind of complex. But if you do want to take out another loan with what you get back from Celsius, I will include this information below. You could reach out to Tony if this applies to you. So next we have people who logged in with Apple ID. So they said that the debtors have mailed physical ballots to all individuals who opened Celsius accounts with Apple IDs. So in this physical ballot in the mail, you will get a URL and also a PIN code where you can actually submit it online. So I would wait about a week if you have not received this in the mail. But if you have not, there is an email address right here, celsiussolicitation@stretto.com. and it tells you what to include in the email to get your ballot information. So I'll include this link below as well. So this is how we're going to be receiving equity. So Crypto Yellow says if you expect to receiving equity, here's the process you will likely have to go through. Actual transfer agent should be announced soon. So the stock will be going to a transfer agent, and then from there, we can move it directly to whatever broker we have, like Fidelity, Schwab, E-Trade, etc. So more information on this will be coming out once we get the exact details on this. And there's a new email from Celsius about how to vote. I made a long one last week, but I'll include the link to this one below if you'd like. So let me finish off briefly going over Simon Dixon's last YouTube video. I suggest you listen to it if you really want to get into the weeds of taxes, his thought pattern, and what he's planning on doing. So this is going to be a very, very quick summary. He starts out by saying that it's cost around $350 million to clean up this company, get all the fraud out, get all the scammers out, make it regulated. So this is his summary for his own personal goals. He thinks in Bitcoin terms. He says based on your risk tolerance, you can split things up between growth and income. Simon will be reinvesting his litigation income, so what we'll be getting from the litigation trust, into ETH staking, because ETH is basically higher risk than Bitcoin, and possibly you can recoup more Bitcoin that way. So Simon is trying to get back all of his Bitcoin that he lost with Celsius. And once he has enough Ethereum, he will convert that all to Bitcoin to then hopefully get his full amount back. So these are some dates. So the plan supplement is what I covered with the board of directors. I'll touch on that more in a future video. It's a long document, so I just want to give that the time it deserves. There are some things in court starting October 2nd to the 26th, talking about CEL, equitable subordination, and clawbacks. So he thinks the first distribution will be around November, then we'll get the equity possibly later in February, but it's still unknown exactly when we will be getting this stuff. Next, he goes into just how complicated the taxes will be. I am not even going to try to, summarize what he said. It's very, very complicated, but we will be together figuring all of this out. He lays out some US tax implications as well. Totally not going to cover all this. If you want to watch the video, you can. But basically, when it comes to taxes, once we get more clarity and once we know exactly how the distributions will be coming to us, it'll affect how we do our taxes. And also, as Simon talks about here, what kind of account you want to transfer it to. All of these things can really make a difference. And I think if you are a high net worth individual and if you have a huge claim with Celsius, this is something to definitely pay attention to. And I would suggest watching Simon's video for this. He also talks about people who don't live in the US and what that could look like for them as well. So guys, that is it for the video. Just want to make these short and sweet for you guys. There is nothing you need to do right now other than vote if you have not already. If you want to change your vote down the road, like if something comes up where you want to, again, change something, you can do so. Voting is not locked in forever, meaning you can go back and redo your vote if you want to. But I do suggest you watch my last video if you haven't already and actually submit a vote. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.